Mic check, mic check, mic check. Morning Masters podcast was made, of course. Different background, of course. First and foremost, though, shout out to all the supporters, all listeners. Everybody giving me feedback on the last few episodes I put out. I feel like the feedback has been amazing. Real quick, if you don't know this already, I'm not sick or nothing like that, but the weather changing, so I'm having like respiratory issues, I guess you could say. Just trying to get my breath, so I'm gonna try to talk slowly so that I don't cough and I can pace myself while I'm speaking. But my mind was heavy, so I wanted to talk about some things real quick. But yeah, like I said, first and foremost, shout out to all supporters, all listeners. I put out some episodes this week. Real quick before I get into what I'm talking about, one thing that I pride myself on is like my work ethic, as far as putting work out, putting content out, putting out material, trying new things. I'm trying to put out a very a high quality material, high quality content, but also various content. So I wanted to feel differently. So this week we put out the Gustave episode. Shout out to Gustave. I went to school with him for a little bit. I put out the Mike Koofson episode, and I also did an episode with Carlton Clay, who I did 5 Nights with. We put out a 5 Nights edition. Director's cut for the main way. Season 2 is out. Every Friday episode be dropping. So when this drops, later on today, episode of main way, season 2, episode 2 be dropping. So we just trying to work and trying to put out material while it's slow, while I got time. This is a slow season for what I do, so I'm trying to take advantage of it. So me putting out 3 episodes is a big deal to me because I'm putting out 3 episodes over an hour piece. So that's extra editing I gotta do. That's extra time in the studio, and I just want to put out for the supporters and just for people that like my content, like my material. The last few days, I think I had a lot of subscribers, a lot of messages, people hit me up wanting to get interviewed and stuff like that. So real quick, I always say it, but the way I interview is like this: I grab people. That's just how it goes. Not saying you can't hit me up and say you want to do an interview, because you may hit me up and I may be like, damn, I'm interested in doing this interview. So that'd be dope. I'm just noticing, I don't know, it's out of the pocket, but the dog cage back there. Real quick, let me give you a backstory to this area before I forget. So a lot of times, if you know me, you know the year I've been through. You know that I lost my grandmother this year, so you know that's tough. She sat this chair all the time, like at the table that I'm sitting at right now. You can't really see it, but like it's a table, the seats there, and this is her chair. She sat here. A lot of time when I got a heavy mind, I just sit in her chair, and I just sit here. I won't say nothing at all. I just be quiet. I just think to myself. So today, when I came home, I was tired playing with my daughters, but I was reflecting a lot on the sofa. And I told myself, I said, damn, I'm going to do thinking out loud. I got woke up from a call, and I wasn't really speaking, but I fell asleep. I was so tired, I fell asleep. And I'm like, damn, I want to do a thing out loud. So I went to the store, got me a little Snapple, you know what I'm saying, some gas station treats, and I came back and said, I'm going to do it. And I also feel like, because of how I'm breathing, and I know that with the weather and stuff changing, you know, it's hard to breathe, hard to speak, and I was like, damn, should I be able to do it? But I like to be raw, uncut, and I gotta feel like y'all part of the show. I like for y'all to feel like we like this, so why not do it with all these imperfections? And I ain't in the studio, I'm at home. This is home, right? This is the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen right now. So that's the significance of this seat, and I wanted to do it because I haven't done an episode from this table in so long that I wanted to do one. So anyway, without all that, I forgot where I was at, but yeah, I had a heavy mind, and I'm trying to put a lot of work out. I want to put a lot of work out. I'm not gonna overload y'all with content, but when I can, I try to. I've been trying to put out the best quality I can put out for interviewing, for different things, whether it's story time. I got an episode I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get in the works to do for the Scarred. If you notice that you can't see the Scarred episodes on my YouTube, you have to have the link. It's for a purpose. When I get 5, I want to put them out, and I want to put them all together. So it's just like a playlist of just good quality content. I got 3 right now, I think, or 2, 3 or 2. I'm not sure. I got 3 or 2 right now. When I get 5, I put it out. So yeah, been a rough week, man. I ain't gonna lie, been real rough. Been a rough month. You know, I'll say there's a lot of changes that's happened in the last month for me that I know in the future is going to just help mold me, and it's going to change some things. It's definitely going to get harder before it get better, before it get easier. But I was at my old store, right, my old stomping ground, right, and shout out to them. Like I love that store. I got so many memories there. I ain't say I grew up there because I was grown, but I definitely matured there. Had a lot of experiences that I hadn't had before in life with that particular store or connected to that store within regards to that company. And I went there to help this week, and even that was an issue. You know what I'm saying at first, but I went there to help this week. And one thing I can say, man, I like what I do, but the best part of my job, the best part of some things I do, is that teaching and training that I'm able to do. Like the fact that I was able to do certain positions or certain positions very successful at a high level. I'm able to be knowledgeable in them areas, and I'm able to, because of how I talk, because of how I interact with people, I'm able to teach and train in ways that some other people can't, or in ways that people are familiar with or like and love and feel comfortable with, right? So I did that. I helped some things in the store, and I helped train some people, some strangers. It was a whole new store. I've been going a year exactly from that store. And like I said, I go in and I visit, but as far as working, I haven't went and worked at the store, just visiting. So it's always different when you actually there versus just in and out real quick. A lot of changes, man. A lot of new people, a lot of new faces, a lot of new personalities. It's a whole new hierarchy and management. You know, some people still there. My friends, people that trained me, helped me, helped me get to the next level numerous times. People that see me when I came in, to me as a baby. I say a baby because one thing I'll say is this, right? So my leader at the store I'm at right now with the company in Aiken is moving on to a different path right now, a different path within the same company, just different venue, different venture. And I had a good rapport with this person. And one thing I could say is that the year I've been under that leadership, I got a lot of things thrown at me that I never expected to get thrown at me. I was put in positions that I never expected to get put in, no homo, but in a good way, you know what I'm saying, in good ways, and I never folded, you know what I'm saying, I only excelled every time. You couldn't tell me a year ago that I would be in run-ins for certain things, or I'll be looked at for certain things, or that, I'll have this rapport or this kind of relationship with this person in this high position, or that this person in this high position would know me, would be asking about me, or that, a whole district would be like, oh, make sure when y'all need something from this store, y'all contact him. You can never tell me that, because in my mind, when I came to work at Lowe's, I'm gonna just say it now, F it, right? When I came to work at the company I'm working at, I came in seasonal. I didn't come in there with a permanent job with benefits, expecting to move up in the company, expecting to be where I'm at now. I came in there I needed the money. I needed a job. I was broke. I was depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a big pick-me-up. I came in, I came in there, I think I was making like 9 something an hour. I felt blessed. My career, like even my career there, I moved up pretty quickly to making $10, then $13 an hour. You know what I'm saying? And even more than that as time went on, just before I left that store. And this was never in the working, never in my plans, never something that I set out to do. But it was what's in front of me, and I just chipped at everything that was in front of me all the time. And I always tell my story that way because I feel like you never know who it's going to touch. I know we got a lot of people that be like, F a job. Shout out to my guy, Juanito. F a 9 to 5. And I'm all for it if you're an entrepreneur and you feel like a job ain't for you. If you just doing something on the side, you feel like a job ain't for you, or because you got different goals in life, a job ain't for you. But for me, somebody at that time who had no real goals, just was trying to make ends meet and stay out of trouble and provide for my family and my daughter. At the time, I only had one. A job was for me. A job was for me, right? And this was the best thing because I was able to not only get a job, but move up in a company without wanting to, just by showing up, being good, being the best at something I can do. Trying to get better and better at something I can do every day. Interacting, networking. One thing I say about jobs, people like to shit on jobs, shit on getting jobs, but I ain't gonna lie, it's hard for me to talk right now. This is mad awkward, but I'm sorry if it's boring you can turn it off. I promise you, but I'm sorry. But people talk about jobs and F jobs, but jobs. This company, working here, done taught me a whole lot. Like going outside young and getting to the stuff you get into, you learn a lot of stuff, but you learn it the wrong way. Everything is kind of met with violence or illegal things you wouldn't necessarily do. Whether it's fighting, whether it's stabbing, whether it's knife, whether it's violence, whether it's jumping, whether it's getting a gun or all that type of stuff. Like this working a job and working in this company and learning the ins and outs has taught me other things, like getting a gun in here in the company of like an email CCing the district manager or CCing like a top dog. That's you getting a gun, you know what I'm saying? Like maneuvering through certain things, emailing clapbacks, that's you fighting. That's your corporate fight. Using words, using your brain, you know what I'm saying? Thinking 10 steps ahead. These are things that the company taught me that really I couldn't learn nowhere else, because anywhere else I learned it, it always was a dead end result, right? But that's nothing. That's just me thinking how I feel about work and stuff like that. I learned a lot from this, and it helped me with business wise, because a lot of times you try to own a business, but when things don't go right in business, when things don't go right, you can't just go put your hands on somebody. That ain't how it works. You know what I'm saying? When you can't contact one person, it's always a boss there. It's always the next person. It's always somebody else in charge. When things ain't getting done at this level, and that's the level you asking people to get stuff done at, it's always the level up here. It's always the level up here you can reach. And when you reach that level, they're going to make sure that the people in that level know that it should never reach that level. Go ahead and get it done. So I learned a lot, working for a company and working in corporate America. So people say F9 to 5, but I learned so much I can't say it. I wish I didn't have to work, but I do. So I work with what I got, and I try to get better and better as my days go on. But what I wanted to talk about was just like I said, there's a lot of memories in that store. A lot of memories. A lot of people that I grew with. I'm so cool with, like they're my real friends. And I know I did a thing last year, or I don't know how I called it at the time, but I did an episode last year talking about me leaving and how I missed the store and growth and needing to change. Don't be scared of change and stuff like that. Now here we are a year later, and honestly I changed so much. I'm still me. I'm still Jermaine. I still have my flaws. Some of the same ones I had last year. I'm not perfect by a long shot. People like to think that I think I'm perfect. I don't think I'm perfect, but I always try to perfect anything I can. I'm always going to talk from a standpoint of growth, of growing, getting better. So it's not that I think I'm perfect, but I'm going to speak perfection into myself. That's just how I am, right? But I'm not perfect. I still got a lot of flaws. But I changed so much. And I'm talking about the company. I'm talking about just what I do. I'm talking about the weight that was on my shoulder that I had to lift for however long I lifted. Like, I got stronger mentally, physically, and honestly, being back at my store, and I love them to death. It's no diss to them or anything like that, but I realized how much stuff that I didn't know when I was there. How much I didn't know that I know now, because I had to change scenery. I had to go to a different location. I had to be under different leadership. Had to be under different guidance. Had to be put in a different position. Had to have different responsibilities, different associates that I don't know. Had to learn how to do things differently. And it was so many things that I was seeing there that I remember being in that position. I remember being in them shoes. I remember that being me. I remember handling it the same way they was handling it. And I would never handle them situations like that now. And I don't mean like with an associate and it's disrespect or something like that. I'm just talking about the smaller things. You know what I'm saying? Delivery not being pulled, or this aisle messed up, but I'm seeing 3-4 associates talking in the huddle. Or it's certain ways that right now, me now, with the growth I've gotten over the year, I would never allow that. Like, I just would never allow. I wouldn't. You know, some of the things I saw there, and it was reminiscent of like, damn, you know, this was really you. And at the time, when you don't change scenery, when you're in the same, they like to say this, right? A lot of times they say this, you know, if you see something 5 to 7 years, you see in the same store, you see in the same aisles, same associates, the same standards all the time, you start to think that's it. That's it. That's all. That's what it is. These are the standards. It's nothing else. It's only this. But you only see that. You start being blind to a lot of other things because you see it every day. You see it all the time. So when I go in that store now, I'm not seeing them when I was there them 7 years. I ain't seeing them. I'm seeing a whole different store. Because I'm at a new store with new standards, with new scenery, with new associates, new layout, a different layout, new way we do things, a different way to do things. And that was tough. It was tough seeing that. It was tough seeing that. I had a thought that maybe I wouldn't be able to. I did have this thought. As confident as I am, I was like, damn, I wonder if I still can hang with them. And I don't mean hang out, because those are my friends. I know I can, but I mean hang like with the adversity they're facing. And when I say that, let me tell you why I'm saying that. I'm saying that because if you ever seen the movie Lean on Me, so that school, Fair East Side, that's the in the company, that's the store that I worked for. It would be considered East Side High. If you think about all the stores in that district and that company in the area, that would be considered the East Side High of those stores. So when I say adversity, I'm talking about customers, the type of customers you get, the demographic, how busy it is, how rowdy it might be. You know, the risk of going in there, the risk of outside of the store, like all of that stuff I'm talking about. Those are adversity I'm talking about. The problems, the incidents, you know what I'm saying? The mishaps, the arguments, the issues. That's what I'm talking about. Versus where I'm at, it's a little more peaceful, more laid back, different demographic, different money. You know, and those things matter. Those things matter. And since me being away a year and having to deal with something different and being in a different role, in a different position, learning different tactics, different ways to handle different situations, and different responsibilities I had, I wondered if, like, damn, would I be able to fit in? And so some of it was dope to be back, what I would consider home. It was dope to be back home. Don't get me wrong, that was amazing to be back with my friends. Like, I missed all of them. I miss all of them all the time. That I can't lie. I miss them. Like, that's all I knew. That's all I knew. You know, and it really sucked. Like, leaving sucked a little bit because, like, you leave, you grow, and I feel like I'm better and I'm getting better and better. Then I come back and I see them and they getting better and better. Don't get me wrong. They growing. They know I'll put them up against any team, anywhere. But they up against, you know, and it's tough coming back a lot and hearing the same complaints, the same issues, the same things going on. I know it's like a never-ending cycle, the same stuff, and it's stuff that I don't have to deal with no more. I deal with stuff, but not that stuff no more, right? And it's tough because those are my friends. Those are people. Some I love. Like we're dope. We're real close. A lot of us we're real close. So it was tough. It's tough being there. It was tough, like, you know, hearing the same issues from when I was there 12, 13 months ago. I'm like, damn, that's still going on. You know, like, damn, that's still an issue. Damn, this person's still here. This person still ain't working. Person still don't come to work. Y'all still ain't get rid of such and such. You know, but that was something that was going on my mind, right? Going through my mind, and I realized quickly, like, okay, I made a good decision. First of all, I love the store to death. Made a good decision. I need to leave. Can't grow. My ceiling. I was at my ceiling, being up under that roof. I was there already. I couldn't grow no more. I had to move on and do other things, right? But yeah, it was tough because it was so nostalgic. I love being there. There's so many memories there. Remembering the first customer that ever spoke to me when I came in there, seeing customers that I spoke to that I had, whether issues, but whether we grew, whether we joked, whether they know me from the podcast, whether they know me from this side of town, seeing all of them asking me, "Are you coming back? You coming back? You coming back?" No, I ain't coming back. It was dope. It's a dope feeling to be missed. To be missed. And I'm not gonna lie, this week, just being there in 4 days, showed me just how much I was missed, and I can't put a price tag on that. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about one social. I'm talking about from the top of the food chain in that store to on down to people that been there for years. Like, just stopping me speaking, taking me to the side, telling me some stuff, speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you come back? Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that that care about you, like, hey, I care about you, bro. Stay where you at. Don't do it. You know, helping people that I used to help. Working people I used to work with, like being back in that duo, or my guy RJ, you know, shout out to RJ, me doing some stuff with him and talking on the side, and Z, you know what I'm saying, me doing some stuff with her talking on the side, Nay, me doing stuff with her, that's the duo I'm talking about. We work really well together, doing stuff on the side, me coaching and training and teaching some people that I didn't know or that moved up and now they're doing different, bigger things, and them saying, yo, this is because of you. I only did this because of you, XYZ, because of you, XYZ. Am I making all this about me? No, I'm not saying that. Don't, anybody watching this, I don't want to feel jealous. I don't want to feel no way. I'm not saying that because of Maine, all of this happened. No, but for the people I do touch and that I do inspire and influence and stuff like that, that meant a lot to me, that I was pulled to the side and spoken to like this or said this to. You know, that meant a lot, whether people older than me or not. If people in that store that's older than me, I remember them buying my second child, Bailey, diapers and stuff. And they're like, how old is she now? 3? I'm like, she be 6 in December. Time flies, man. Like, time flies. You work with people, and it really become a family. Time flies. It becomes a family. So you have these memories with people and these relationships that's like it's deep because y'all there so long, y'all there all the time, y'all going through stuff, trials, tribulations, you know, rough days, bad days, good days, strenuous days, long days, overnights, overtime, all that stuff, y'all going through all that, so y'all become a family. And yeah, I say this, man. I say this, like, I think I made the right decision, of course. You know, I wanted to grow and do what I was doing, but I felt good knowing I could hang still if I ever came to a store like this, or I ever come back to a store like this. I feel like I fit right in. From people that don't know me. I was like, hey, you work here? I ain't got no vest on. I ain't got nothing on. Or people that I don't know. I didn't know. They wasn't there when I left. They came months after I left. And they like, oh, you work here? I'm talking, oh, you Jermaine. As if like, damn, you get spoken about. Like, you know, and that's what I'm saying about influence. Like, that's my thing. I love to influence, not because I want to be the guy all the time, not because I have to be in the forefront, not because of nothing. I just like influence because I feel like sometimes where you at in life or where I'm at and how I tackle things, how I approach things, you know, how I just me myself, I feel like people be wanting that, people be needing that, people like my level of calmness, people like when I'm not calm, sometimes people like that, you know, people like how I approach things, you know, people like how I might avoid things, like I might do that in a smooth way, but everything is always can be taught and I can teach somebody, but it's always influential. It's always like I like that. Like, I like that because how he did that. Sometimes I like that. I like how he did that. I like how he explained that. I like that he told me, okay, this didn't matter really. This don't matter, but we can do it this way. And one thing I can say from the company I was at, or store I was at, is that's what they lack. And they lack a lot of people that want that should influence. They got a few in there. Don't get me wrong. Definitely got your few in there, and I know some of them, and they influence greatly, right? But just off what I saw, it could be more. And I don't know if that always was the case because I was not always influenced. And I always focused on myself. But now my eyes are different. I'm not in that store 7 years no more. In my mind, I had 7 years there, yeah, but now I got a whole year at a different place. I got a whole new year's worth set of new managing eyes that I'm looking at everything differently. I'm looking at placement differently. I'm looking at people that I thought might have been the top tier worker differently now, you know? And so when I come in as an outsider, technically speaking now, it's home, I'm looking at stuff like, hey, why y'all don't do this? Because why y'all don't do this? Why y'all don't do this? It's like I'm asking these questions, not realizing they've been here since forever, like I had at the time. So they just doing what they've been doing. Nothing different, nothing changed, nothing new. Just whatever is getting us through. And that was eye opening. That was eye opening to say the least. But I just felt heavy because like I said, I look at this place, this company. I love the company, don't get me wrong, but I grew with it. I grew with the company. I grew with the place. It's home to me. You know what I'm saying? And going in there, getting the love that I got, that I received from people that I knew, people I didn't know, being able to influence people that I knew that's in new roles, or being able to influence people that I didn't know, but just speaking to them and them opening up a little bit. And now it's like you don't have rapport because you're not really cool, but it's like me knowing that that's not being done there. So bringing it there, making them feel like, making them feel comfortable being at work, making them feel like, not saying that I feel like somebody cares, like I don't care, but I'm just asking like just to ask. But just because that's what management is there for. Management is there to protect, to train, to teach, to make people feel comfortable, to make you next up if that's what you want to do. And my goal is always to interact with people. I want to interact. I want to know about your life, what you're doing when you're in school, what you're going to school for. I want to connect you people. I connect you people all through this because, like I said, it's all about networking. Why work in a place with 150, 200 people if you can't network? You mean tell me out of all the people in the store, 150 people, nobody know nobody? Why not network? So that's always my thing, you know what I'm saying? I got some subscribers inside the store for podcasting. Got a little followers, people I knew that had been asking about the podcast from people and they just never told them, I guess. So I told them whatever, cool. We spoke, we connected, we do things. And like I said, I don't know. It's just, I just like the influence, man. And that was the best thing about the last 4 days I had. It was strenuous. I worked. It wasn't hard after the first day to realize what I was getting myself into because this is new. It was new to me. I've been doing this. Now I know I can continue to still do that. I can go back to where I'm at now and bring that there with me, back again. My eyes are open into more to different stuff and different ways to do stuff still. And yeah, man, it was just eye opening. I just liked the fact that I was able to still touch people there without being there for so long, but also be embraced as if I had never left. Being missed is, you wonder, nobody, I don't care what I say, people want to be missed. People want to be missed. And I felt that with each hug, with each talk, conversation, I felt that I was missed. And I always feel like I go in the store, but it's different when you're there for multiple hours and doing full shifts there. Like I said, from the top of the chain in the store to the bottom. I felt it in. I wanted to just get that off my chest. I don't know. I wanted to get it out and just say it. You know what I'm saying? I'll say to anybody that's working in retail or working in management, I'll say this, man. If you don't do nothing else, try to be influential in a positive way, man. If you're managing, like, I'm not saying everything will be peaches and cream, everything will be great, everything will be good, every day will be good. No, but try to make it your best to make people feel comfortable working, coming to work. If you're knowledgeable, give that knowledge to people, man. Give it to people. You can hold the knowledge up for no reason. Give it to your associates. Give it to your team. Give it to those under you. Make people feel like they can be in your shoes. Tell your story. Make people under you feel like they can achieve something. You never know why somebody there. You never know what's my situation. If you're not knowledgeable and you're in management, get knowledgeable. Don't just be making high dollars and giving orders. And lastly, be influential. You know what I'm saying? Influence your team. Influence those around you. Influence those up under you, around you, above you, your peers, whatever. Influence them. You know what I'm saying? Like, create a good culture within, and the rest will follow. But yeah, man. Another thing out loud, man. I don't know. It's the power of the seat, man. My grandma's seat. You know what I'm saying? It's the kitchen. Feel at home. I might do more here at home. I like it. I like doing them home. Sorry if you hear me breathing hard. I promise you, it's not on purpose. I ain't trying to do that. It just happens that way. But yeah, I'm tired. It's 1:00 in the morning. I've been working all day. I got my only off day is Friday. I ain't got no other off days, so I'm tired. But yeah, man, another thing I allow. Hope you like the content. Main Way season 2, episode 2 drops today on Friday. Go watch season 1. Go watch episode 1 that came out last week. 3 podcasts out. This will be the 4th one now. So you'll have the Gustave episode. You got the Mike Houston episode. You got the director's cut episode with Fire Nights with me and Carlton, and then you got this Thinking Out Loud episode. So that's 4 episodes in a week. I worked like 60 some hours this week, so put some respect on my name for putting out some high quality content all throughout the week while working. And amidst the working, I'm putting out snippets and clips. So put some respect on my name, and tell me what episodes y'all want to see, who y'all want to see on, what topics y'all want Thinking Out Loud. This probably wasn't the best topic for everybody, but for anybody that's close to me, that do follow me, that watch, and I know what I'm talking about, and y'all get it, let me know. Rest in peace to my grandmother, of course. Love her to death. This is her seat right here. You know what I'm saying? That's her dog over there. It's a dog cage. The dog sleep. So I hate dogs, by the way, but because that was my grandmother's baby, she always said that, my baby. Because of my grandma's baby, I've been trying to be nice to the dog. I've been trying. I ain't came around all the way there yet, but because of you, I promise you, I'm trying to be a dog person just for this dog. But it's a work in progress. That's it, man. Nothing allowed. Be influential. If you don't do nothing else, be influential. If you know you're a cool person, if you know that you are a model citizen, a model something, whether it's manager, a model person, a model stylist, a model talker, a model picture taker, whatever. If you're a model, if you model something and you think you do things well, be influential in those things. You never know who's watching. You never know who you can help. Want to help people. Trust me, want to help. But being influential will take you far. You're going to get as far as people around you for no reason. I tell you that. I tell you that all the time. You'll get as far as the people around you for no reason. You be influential, you're going to be around influencers. You be around influencers, you'll be influenced. You get influenced, you want to influence people. You influence people, they'll look out for you. They look out for you, everybody wins. Trust me, it's easy math. Now, I can't breathe no more, so I'm going to go. Main, Another Thing Out Loud, One Master's Podcast. Thank you. Whew, that was tough. Damn.